Alright, part 2 of Duino Elegies, the second elegy. Every angel is terror, and yet, knowing you, I invoke you, almost deadly birds of the soul. Where are the days of Tobias, when one of the most radiant of you stood at the simple threshold, disguised somewhat for the journey, and already no longer awesome, like a youth to the youth looking out curiously? Let the archangel now, the dangerous one, from behind the stars, take a single step down and towards us. Our own heart, beating on high, would beat us down. What are you? Early successes, creation's favorite ones, mountain chains, ridges reddened by dawns of all origin, pollen of flowering godhead, junctions of light, corridors, stairs, thrones, spaces of being, shields of bliss, tempests of storm filled, delighted feeling, and suddenly solitary mirrors, gathering their own outstreamed beauty back into their faces again. For we, when we feel, evaporate. Oh, we breathe ourselves out and away, from ember to ember, yielding us fainter fragrance. Then someone may say to us, yes, you are in my blood. The room, the springtime is filling with you. What use is that? They cannot hold us. We vanish inside and around them. And those who are beautiful, oh, who holds them back? Appearance endlessly stands up in their face and goes by, like dew from the morning grass. What is ours rises from us, like the heat from a dish that is warmed. Oh, smile, where? Oh, upward gaze, new, warm, vanishing wave of the heart. Oh, we are that. Does the cosmic space we dissolve into taste of us then? Do the angels really only take back what is theirs, what has streamed out of them? Or is there sometimes, as if by an oversight, something of our being as well? Are we as mingled with their features as there is vagueness in the faces of pregnant women? They do not see it in the swirling return to themselves. How should they see it? Lovers, if they knew how, might utter strange things in night air, since it seems everything hides us. Look, trees exist. Houses we live in stand still. Only we pass everything by, like an exchange of air. And all is at one in keeping us secret, half out of shame perhaps, half out of inexpressible hope. Lovers, each satisfied in the other, I ask you about us. You grasp yourselves. Have you a sign? Look, it happens to me that at times my hands become aware of each other, or that my worn face hides itself in them. That gives me a slight sensation. But who would dare to exist only for that? You, though, who grow in the other's delight until, overwhelmed, they beg no more. You, who under your hands grow richer like vintage years of the vine, who sometimes vanish because the other has so gained the ascendancy, I ask you of us. I know you touch so blissfully because the caress withholds, because the place you cover so tenderly does not disappear, because beneath it you feel pure duration, so that you promise eternity almost from the embrace. And yet, when you've endured from the first terrible glances, and the yearning at windows, and the first walk together just once through the garden, lovers, are you the same? When once, when you raise yourselves one to another's mouth and hang there, sip against sip, oh, how strangely the drinker then escapes from their action. Weren't you amazed by the caution of human gesture on attic stelas? Weren't love and departure laid so lightly on shoulders, they seem to be made of other matter than ours? Think of the hands, how they rest without weight, though there is power in the torso. Those self-controlled ones who know, through that, so much is ours. This is us, to touch our own selves so, the gods may bear down more heavily on us. But that is the gods' affair. If only we too could discover a pure, contained human place, a strip of fruitful land of our own, between river and stone, for our own heart exceeds us, even as theirs did, and we can no longer gaze after it into images that soothe it, or into godlike bodies where it restrains itself more completely. I'll read part 3 here, I guess. The third elegy. To sing the beloved is one thing, another, oh, that hidden guilty river god of the blood. What does he know himself of that lord of desire, her young lover whom she knows distantly, who often, out of his solitariness, before the girl soothed him, often, as if she did not exist, held up, dripping from the unknowable depths, his godhead, oh, rousing the night to endless uproar? O Neptune of the blood, O his trident of terrors, O the dark storm wind from his chest, out of the twisted conch, hear how the night becomes thinned out and hollow. You, stars, is it not from you that the lover's joy in the beloved's face arises? Does he not gain his innermost insight into her face's purity from the pure stars? It was not you, alas, not his mother, that bent the arc of his brow into such expectation. Not for you, girl, feeling his presence, not for you did his lips curve into a more fruitful expression. Do you truly think that your light entrance rocked him so? You who wander like winds at dawn? You terrified his heart, that's so. But more ancient terrors plunged into him with the impetus of touching. Call him, you can't quite call him away from that dark companion. Of course he wants to, and does, escape, relieved, winning his way into your secret heart, and takes on and begins himself. Did he ever begin himself, though? Mother, you made his littleness. You were the one who began him. To you he was new. You hung the friendly world over new eyes, and defended him from what was strange. Oh, where are the years when you simply repelled the surging void for him with your slight form? You hid so much from him then. You made the suspect room harmless at night. From your heart filled with refuge mixed a more human space with his spaces of night. Not in the darkness, no. In your nearer being you placed the light, and it shone as if out of friendship. There wasn't a single creaking you couldn't explain with a smile, as if you had long known when the floor would do so, and he heard you and was soothed. Your being was so tenderly potent. His fate there stepped, tall and cloaked, behind the wardrobe, and his restless future, so easily delayed, fitted the folds of the curtain. I'll read the rest of part 3 in part 3 of my video series here.